So, check out what showed up on my front door this morning. Usually I have a hard and fast rule about Kickstarters where I won't spend more than $200. And this is just a lot of stuff. I'm not really sure what happened. I might have paid more than that. I might have gone all in or something, but usually this might just be a lot of like Kickstarter extras or something, but there's just a ton of stuff here. Hey everybody, so try to make sure my head's in frame. Yeah, you're looking at a crate of Kickstarter. I backed this project. This is under $200 worth of stuff. That's one of the cool things about Kickstarter is, a lot of times you get like tons and tons of extras, for backing the project because you believe in it. So I wanted to say something about that though. I wanted to say a little disclaimer about Kickstarter. So Kickstarter, you have no guarantee that you're going to actually ever get your game, that it's ever going to materialize. Like this game came in about a year late after it was supposed to deliver. And then there's, other games that I've been interested in. I'm not going to name any names, but they, a year in, when they're supposed to be delivering the project, they're posting that they're just now, sort of finishing the rulebook when they've already had gameplay videos up on like virtual tabletop and stuff like that where you like the gameplay. I'm not going to name any names, but it's not like eBay and it's not like Amazon where if the seller doesn't come through then you get a refund. So go with companies that you trust. Personally I like CMON and like Mythic and Monolith and people like them because not only are they companies that they've made games that I like, but they, I've seen the minis and I know what kind of quality the minis are from existing games because, you can get a Kickstarter with beautiful renders and, 3D sculpts, and that's not what they're going to look like when they get back from the factory. A lot of times the factory has to retool things and, change things around so that they can actually produce the minis. And I have a rule where I never spend more than $200 on a Kickstarter because if it doesn't come through, then I'm out $200, And like I said, like this one, well, I don't know if I did mention it, but this one came in about a year late. So you're typically waiting a year or more for your game. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about it. So let's get into all of this ridiculousness. All right, moving everything down to the studio, just because it's the easiest place to film. So yeah, I think the bulk of this is going to be a lot of minis. That's going to kind of be the meat and potatoes of the video. But I thought we could take a look at the rulebook first. Okay. So, yeah, the game itself is kind of like a loot crawl, dungeon crawl kind of light type thing. Except for the monsters do not have an AI. So there is going to be like a game master who's playing. So Dark Rituals, Malleus Maleficarum is game for 2 to 5 players. One player is the Witch Master controlling the Dark Legion, while the other players are individual heroes. The hero player cooperates, and the hero players cooperate and plays a group while the Witch Master fights against them all. So maybe more like Conan, if you've ever played Conan, or Dungeons and Dragons if you ever played that. So, yeah, we got lots of minis, lots and lots of minis. So you're going to have character boards, and then you have like your available actions. You have, loot cards. Let's see, we've got a surf here, and so things are going to be zone based. If you've ever played Zombicide or Massive Darkness, it's going to be similar, or Conan too. It's going to be similar to that, where you have zones and things that are going on in those zones, and then you have an action pool, and different characters are going to have their strengths and weaknesses, and yeah, you get it. You kind of get the idea. So setup. Let's look at the setup real quick. Choosing the encounter. Use the encounter mini-map to create the game board. Place all double-sided map tiles down in the encounter mini-map. So, okay, we've got some game tiles in here. You can kind of see what a game tile looks like. So these are going to change from encounter to encounter, and then they have they have numbers. They're lettered and numbered on the game tiles. So you're just going to set those up depending on the scenario. And let's see, how many do we have in here? Not that many. Not that many different game tiles. But some replayability, some variability, as far as you're not just going to be playing on the same map every single time. So we look at a scenario back here. Got this kind of set up. So okay, but back to all this. Yeah, your characters are going to have their strengths and weaknesses. They're going to, you can have your loot over here, and then you have your dashboard, your character dashboard. The Witchmaster, the same, similar thing, that they're going to have their cards that denote what characters can do. Like we've got a witch here, and we've got some monsters here. So the Witch's Grimoire Figure 3 is a large reference card that describes the combat spells cast by the witches when they attack and defend. The Witch's ID card only shows the name of the spell and the full effect. So yeah, but you get it. Somebody has to be Game Master. Core concepts. The game round. The game is played over a series of rounds. A round consists of the heroes and Dark Legion alternating, activating one character and taking one or two actions. The order that the characters play on each side is totally up to the players, just as long as you have enough stamina to actually act. So you play in rounds. Every round the stamina is recovered. Actions, reactions, and abilities. So actions. Characters only perform actions when they're active. Reactions. A reaction is performed at a specific time. Let's see, what do we have for examples of actions? Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into the gameplay. I would like to play the game. See if I can get some people to play with me. Shouldn't be too hard of a sell for my my D&D group. Okay, here we have the first encounter in the book. Let's see, I'm hungry. Hagatha, you're always hungry, just eat a farmer. But I feel odd too. Is the conjunction shifting, closing even? We need to sacrifice a few townsfolk. That will keep it happy. Maybe we can eat them afterwards. Heroes each have their own reasons for fighting the witches and are drawn to this area. Before they meet, They are surrounded by more monsters than they have ever seen. It's time to fight, not talk. And then here we have a setup. So it looks like we have, these are actually heroes. The green players are heroes. And then it looks like we have just some townsfolk kind of in the village. And then we have some monsters kind of around all over the place. And then I'm not really sure. It looks like maybe these, these could be objectives, or these could be like things that the players can gather. Looks like some mushrooms and flowers and stuff. So anyways, yeah, we're not going to get into the gameplay today. We're just going to unbox this stuff, but you can see that you have some variability with the boards. There's definitely got to be a few different combinations between several boards that are multiple sided. So it definitely adds to the replayability of the game and the variability of the scenarios. So okay, we can take a quick look at the cardboard. This does look like good quality cardboard. The print job is really nice. We've got some nice looking cards, really gorgeous looking card art, and really high quality cards. The card stock it's kind of a sort of a satin finish, but good quality paint job. And then so these are going to be witch cards for the Witchmaster. And then you have your hero dashboard player cards. And then these aren't cardboard, but it's a pretty good hefty kind of card stock. Like think postcards. It's that kind of card stock. And then the cardboard, you have your hero dashboards right here. Everything is just coming right out. Looks like they did a really good job with the cardboard. I mean, it's just, I'm not even putting any pressure on it really. You can see the edges. Everything looks really nice. They did a really good job. That's a really, professional, good job with the cardboard. It means something to me if you do a good job with your cardboard, because if you've ever had tokens where they get frayed edges and, if you play the game, it's like things just get destroyed. So, okay. Let's look at some minis. All right, here's the first mini that I pulled out of the box. If you can't tell, the theme of the game is witchcraft. Let's see, looking at scale of these guys, I have a 32mm miniature right here. And as you can see, we're like 32mm scale. So yeah, looks good there. The sculpts, are maybe a little tiny bit more cartoony than I was expecting, just with the kind of grimdark theme of the game. But pretty awesome looking. I'm a sucker for like demons and undead and witches and stuff like that. If you play any of my in my D&D campaigns, you would know that I love my witches and werewolves and undead. And you can see this guy. I really do like the sculpts a lot. They're one piece. If you're a fan of one piece minis, board game minis, so you know that typically you only have a few sculpts. Like with these guys, we have two different sculpts. They look sort of like tortured souls. But yeah, nice looking. I don't see much flashing at all. I mean, just a little teeny tiny bit. So just the tiniest little bit of cleanup. And it's, this is a good, pretty hard plastic. It's not super hard, but you can see that I can scrape it to get rid of those seam lines. So far so good. Considering how many minis I got, if they all look like this, I will be really happy. Yeah, you can see we've got a few different sculpts for the like villagers. We've got some kind of corrupted villagers. Let's take a look at the big bad, some of the heroes. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, this is one of the things. This guy was a big part of the Kickstarter campaign. Just an awesome looking sculpt. Definitely a very cool big bad monster. Got some more cards here. These look like loot. Or no. Well, it's probably loot and monsters. And then we've got your action cubes. And one of the things that came with the Kickstarter, was an upgrade to this. It came with some nicer looking dice. And then you've got your standard jewels, little base guys. I think that these are, pretty sure that these are for the heroes. And look at these guys. Definitely very cool sculpts. I'm glad that not all of them are too cartoony looking, because it's just, it's a very grimdark theme. Here's one of the heroes. That's a really nice looking sculpt. That is a super cool hag mini. Like, I like that you can show, oh, sexy lady on one side, and then evil, disgusting creature on the other side. Very cool. I'm really liking all of these kind of tortured soul sculpts. Could be another hero, probably. Cool. Okay, that was the base game, and now let's start getting into some of these Kickstarter extras. So we've got, these are those the dice that I mentioned. They're kind of an upgrade, marble dice for the dice that came with the game. They look a lot nicer for sure. For like $100 game, I think that something like that should be standard, but see, we've got 3D tokens in here. Oh, looks like lots of treasure tokens. And, oh, I love these. These things are just like super useful to me. Like you have your little pentagram things, and then we've got some little plant guys like mushrooms and oh, focus. You can see what those look like. Some little flowers and mushrooms and stuff. Awesome. And then, you know, the ubiquitous treasure chest. Gotta have a treasure chest in a loot crawl. Definitely happy with those. Pretty awesome. I would pay good money just for stuff like that. So this company, the company who made this game, also made Black Rose Wars. So it looks like there's some crossover with Black Rose Wars. But you know, the Black Rose Wars minis were gigantic. So looks like we've got some kind of a special character though. That's like a crossover with Black Rose Wars. It's a very cool looking sculpt. That's cool. Okay, got some village attacks extras. You know, once again, really cool looking sculpt. And then we've got an extra dashboard for a banshee monster or a witch. I think that village attacks was just one of those kind of add-on Kickstarter exclusive kind of missions. That is a really cool looking banshee. I love it. Very cool. Let's see, cauldron. Oh, this. I'm pretty sure that this is like a dice tray, like a big 3D dice tray. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty awesome looking dice tray. You know, I feel like sometimes these companies, like, they cash in on people like me who, you know, are DMs, and they're like, oh, look at all these minis that you get with this game, and you can use these in your campaign. And a dice tray, too. This is an awesome looking dice tray, though. Like, holy moly. I love it. That is really cool. To show your players just how evil you are. Okay, and this looks like the last of the exclusive add-ons. Just got another character. This looks like another player character. You know, once again, very cool looking sculpt. You know, not cartoony looking, definitely in the grimdark style and the vein of the game. Very cool looking. And next, let's get into all of the other Kickstarter exclusives. Some of these might be add-ons, and then some of them might have just been freebies. I tried to get into the campaign manager to see like how much I spent on stuff and what I actually got, but you know, it's closed, so. Okay, I lied. More stretch goals, more unlocks. Let's see what all we have in here. Ooh, this looks like a big old box of minis. Let's see, we've got some extra player dashboards, looks like. Oh, I love the Plague Doctor. That is just too cool. He looks like a vampire hunter and a Iron Maiden. 2 Iron Maidens. Cool. Okay, let's look at these guys. What do we have in here? More monsters. Yeah, we know that the card art is nice. Let's look at the minis. Oh wow. I love the Plague Doctor. That is such a cool mini. What else have we got in here? This looks like a witch burning. Yeah, that's something you don't always see. The burning witch mini. Let's see, what else have we got? This gargoyle kind of thing. Oh, okay, I see. All right, that's his face. And then that's a really interesting looking sculpt. I already know what I want to use this for. It's not in this game, but I like the sculpt. The sculpt is very cool. Seems like a lot of these exclusives, these extras, are way more kind of grim dark themed than some of the stuff that came in the original box. Definitely some really cool looking sculpts though. Really like these plague rats. It's a very nice looking vampire hunter. Ooh. Wow. That is pretty cool. I think that goes on the back of this guy. Looks like maybe Baba Yaga's kind of cage or something like that. You throw all the children in the back of there before you take them to wherever you're going to eat them, you know? Oh, a mini can sit up here. Oh, cool. I like it. It's like a chariot. Demon chariot. Very, very cool. Awesome. Can definitely think of a lot of things to use that for. Just some swirling chaos stuff. It's one of the coolest looking mimic minis I've ever seen. Very cool. All right, let's look at the big bads. Wow. That's pretty amazing. That's a super cool mini. I like it a lot. Very, very cool. That's a very, original looking sculpt. Not sure what these are on her tail. But this is a very, very original looking sculpt. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it when people do sculpts, miniatures in their game that aren't like basic or all based on like Tolkien, derivative. Alright. So let's get into some of the, I think these are add-ons, but they might just be more, exclusive, like kind of stretch goal. Okay, and these guys, these are the things that I am not really sure whether these were add-ons and how much I spent on these. Because these might just be like unlocks, they might be exclusives, that got thrown in. So let's see, we've got the Spider's Brood here. This one, I just remember that I love the minis for this one. For me with Kickstarter, a lot of times there's a lot of FOMO, where I'm like, but if I don't get it now, then they'll never make it again and they'll be out of print. I love these sculpts. These look awesome. This one, okay, so it's like a spider, but it's sort of morphed into a person. Got some lady parts and some spider parts kind of just molding together. So yeah, you can see like there's a face down here, and then these legs are like bent back, and you can take from that whatever you want. As far as what that is, it's very, very cool looking sculpts. I really like these though. I like the very grim dark kind of theme they've got going on. Sort of adultish. Sort of reminds me of what was that game? Well, very cool. Has its own art style. Have some night terrors. Again, very cool looking sculpts. Check that out. These ones look like they have their insides on their outside. I think that could just be a mouth that's like contorted, shifted around. We have another, witch, another unique looking witch. Mara. And then these monsters. What do? They are twisted. Definitely a mouth, kind of wrapping around. Probably have to do a recreating the card art episode on these guys. And the last one of these little boxes. Prisoners of Nemos. Yeah, I like all these different witches. It kind of reminds me of like The Others. That's the game that I was thinking of, where you have the different sins, and then you have the controller, and then like the minions. So these are very, these chain minions, tortured chain creatures, and then another really cool looking witch. I think I'm gonna have to do another recreating the card art episode on these guys, because I just love these. Okay, this is definitely an expansion. This is not, part of the base game or the Kickstarter, extras, add-ons, stretch goals. This is an expansion for the game itself. So, let's see. An outcast of Nemos, Scriga was drawn through the conjunction to the frozen Northlands. Who knows how many decades she lay trapped beneath the ice, feeling her magic fade, transformed by the flotsam and jetsam that is human decay. When the ice began to thaw, she was a new witch. We might call her a necromancer, although she had no name for what she had become. So this one's going to come with a few more heroes, looks like, and then a new, a different witch, some Draugr, which are like undead, Nordic undead. I think Skyrim. But this is also going to come with some more tiles, some more game tiles. So let's see what we've got. We've got some more, new witch, Scriga. And then we've got lots of heroes. I saw a wolf in there. I'm not sure who Bjorn looks to be like. Oh, I think it's this guy, Alfric. His must be his wolf. So definitely a Nordic theme. This was I think this was not an add-on. It was just one of the things that was part of it was like the base game plus the expansions. And then this one I wasn't particularly interested in, but I just, it just came with what I ordered. So, anyways, but, once again, awesome looking minis. That is very, very cool. It looks like a hand, but then you've got like a rib cage, and then, it's sort of stretched out like a hand. Or maybe multiple rib cages, lots of rib cages and body parts. Definitely some body horror, kind of reminds me of like The Thing or something like that. Ooh, we got a big bad. Definitely big. Let's see. Do I have a large size? Yeah, here's a kind of a large size mini next to a here's a 32 mil, and then here's a large size next to him. That is a very cool looking big bad. I love all the shields that it's got on it. It just sort of goes around like collecting armor and body parts, skulls, rib cages, just making a big old pile of guts everywhere it goes. Awesome. And these look like Draugr, some Nordic undead for sure. This looks to be the witch. Got some piles of rats and skulls and stuff. You never have enough of those. Piles of rats. And some new heroes. Like this guy with his wolf. Super cool. Got an extra wolf over here too. And finally, the last expansion, which is another add-on for the game that's going to come with more like terrain tiles and more heroes, more witches, etc., is this one. And this one I was really excited about, just because I don't remember why. Oh, vampires. Yeah, vampire witches. Let's see. A witch's Sabbath has come to mean any gathering of witches, but you are about to discover its origin. A new strong witch named Madra has taken over the coven. Hidden behind her lazy facade, Madra is powerful, scheming, and cruel. Indeed, she is trying to gain demonhood by stealing power from any source she can. Her plan culminates in a gathering where she plans to drain the energy from the demon Voskor. She names this ritual the Sabbath. So this one, I was excited for it, and I think it's just because it checks off a lot of boxes for me for stuff that I think is cool for a big bad. Not that there's anything wrong with Vikings. This just is cooler to me. Okay. In fact, okay, yeah, we've got some cards, some new card art. Very cool. Voskor trying to achieve demonhood. Doesn't just want to pray to Satan anymore. She wants to, secure a title. Maybe some land in hell or something, Yeah, I'm digging everything about this expansion. I like the new tiles. These are very cool. Definitely like the theme. Okay, let's look at the minis. Huh, interesting. Looks like just a big old pile of skulls and gravestones. Nothing wrong with that. Vampiric spirits. Very cool. And then, let's see, for these new heroes, I guess these guys are all Demon Slayer, Vampire Hunter kind of types. They look like they could be like a special squad of demon hunters. Very cool. All right, yeah, that's I think that's going to be it, you guys. I think it's an awesome looking game. We'll see how it actually plays. Like I said, Kickstarter, it comes with its ups and downs. It's definitely cool to receive a crate of stuff to unbox, and I didn't pay a lot for all of this stuff, considering how much I got. I don't think if you're gonna play like Warhammer, expect to pay like $500 just to get an army going. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll have some more painting videos and some gameplay soon. I'm definitely going to be using these at least for my D&D campaign, which is kind of witch focused right now. Alright, take care you guys.